schmancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Live streaming. Move that back over.
We're doing it live.
Off-color discussion, sitting with Dave McLeod, drinking some El Dorado from Kettlehead Brewing.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, I know. I'm excited to try it. Like I told you, a friend of mine designed their logo in this picture right here. He sent me that like a while ago, so I was waiting to see it live. And now that they're done, I heard their food's really good too.
Oh my god,
they serve food too.
Yeah,
it's worth going just for the food.
Destination spot.
I mean,
yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that place. And when did they actually open? Just recently,
watch their Chronicles episode on YouTube.
Nice.
They have a Chronicles episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's New Hampshire, man.
Yeah.
Everybody has Chronicles.
They do Mass and Vermont, I know, but
no, it looks delicious.
Their pretzel bites are deadly.
Really?
Deadly.
There's nothing better than beer and pretzel bites with some good beer mustard.
They do a maple honey mustard, I believe I'm saying that right.
Not that they can see it, but that shit is cloudy as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's that New England.
I'm glad you got it in the glass. My pouring abilities. I'll work on them.
It's all about the angle, man.
I tried angle and everything, man.
I didn't know how to pour it in until Carl from Able explained how to do it, and I was like, oh, all right. So ever since then, I've been pouring it the same way. A little bit of the tip just to get it going, and then you open up the throttle.
That's for head though.
Well, that's just to get a proper pour. But even then,
you get less head. Yeah, it just helps it aerate as it pours into it.
Hard and fast down the center.
And then from Chris, we learned that with burn the ships, don't use an ice cold mug.
Really?
Yeah, he said it changes the flavor of it.
It makes a
difference. So it takes away the smoke?
Yeah.
I don't like smoky IPAs.
See, I think theirs is very different than any other one that I've tried so far, or any other smoky beer that I've tried. Like Backwood Brewing in Manchester, they have a smoked ale, I think it is, and it was good. I want to go back and try it again because I was already well past. Should have been drinking anyways. So
you were past tasting level.
Yeah,
you were
just drinking. Drunk, but it's
he was just drinking.
So I got a flight, and that one it literally tasted like you took liquid birch smoke and dropped it on your tongue. Like it really wasn't bad, but it was definitely a strong, distinct flavor that it tasted like there was like a can. You were tasting wood that was on fire,
like campfire.
Yeah,
in your mouth.
It was really weird. Like I mean, I'm sure some people go for that, but with Abel's burn the ships, it's just very subtle, and then just it's smooth throughout.
I had it in a flight to sample it when I first went there. It just, I drank it, but
is that like the only experience with, you've only had the taster in the flight?
Of the
burn the ships?
Yeah, I guess I should try it on tap.
Get a pint and just drink it nice and slow. It changes as you go through it.
All right.
It for me, it's the smoked thing freaked me out because I was like, smoked? But I found out it was a smoked IPA after I'd already had it.
I'm into dark IPAs now.
Anything you can recommend?
I know
Great North has a good one. I don't know if it's like a seasonal or not. But and if you do go to Vermont, Alchemist has one, Elgato, I believe.
Okay.
It's got a cat on the front. I don't know if that's a seasonal as well, but dark IPA.
Dark IPA.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different experience for me. I've been doing a lot of the New England IPAs with the hazy.
We're doing it big. We're catching up.
I am. I like it.
Catching up and going beyond in some aspects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I do like Stone stuff from California. I think they put out a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I've only found one that I didn't really care for.
Stone?
Yeah, it was one of those high alcohol content ones. I think you can only get it in the big
liter.
Like the liter bottles.
Yeah.
But it was just too strong for me. And that's coming from somebody who likes Arrogant Bastard. So it was just a little too strong for me. I couldn't. It's got that alcohol like film the back end of it that I can't do. I don't like it. So, but everything else from Stone's pretty good. That thing is just not
clearing up. Wait till you get
up.
lower and you can tip it. The coloring on that is phenomenal.
You can see all the pulp floating to the top.
unfiltered, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm getting more into them. They used to
scare
me.
Unfiltered, non-pasteurized.
They're was it Hobbs, that hijack, that juicy IPA that we had when Alex and Trisha were here? That one was really good. I looked for that. I was talking to Chris. I was like, you recommended like that hijack before. He's like, yeah. It's like if anything like that, that's when pitch a tent.
Yeah.
So how was that one?
This one's actually not bad. It's a little bit, it's a little bit more bitter than the hijack. I think I remember actually saying on the podcast that I was scared because of the juicy description, and it ended up being really good. It was one of the more unfiltered beers I think we've had lately, but this one's actually pretty good. We'll see how it goes. Soft, smooth with restrained bitterness, hints of melon, citrus, and orange creamsicle. Interesting. That's why it's so cloudy. This is a version of American Pale Ale. We use a huge Whirlpool edition for the hot punch. So keep now cold, never filtered, never pasteurized. Now that I finally got you to, got a chance to ask you, since Super Bowl Sunday, did you see the Solo trailer? Yes. What do you think? I think it looks good. Did you see the full Solo trailer? Because the one they showed on Super Bowl was not the full one. I've only seen the one. Yeah, just that one on the Super Bowl. I'm excited. It looks awesome. Really good. How's
that working? We got a Kenobi trailer and we got a Solo trailer. How's that working?
How's it working?
Well, the Kenobi one I don't think first. The Solo one is coming first. Okay. It's coming May. Is it May? Yeah, I think it's May of this year. I can't remember if I want to say it's like a 20 something. You know, I don't know. I forget what his name is. At first, I thought it was like somebody I didn't recognize. I know that. He kind of looked like Benicio del Toro at first, but in the first preview I saw, you don't really get to see him. And then when you see the full trailer, at the end of it, you get like a 5-second look at him and Chewie, and like they're standing next to the Millennium Falcon. So I'll see if I can find out, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm excited. I haven't seen anything on the Kenobi trailer though. Like I know
looks good.
I know now they bring him back to same.
I'm a big Kenobi guy.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, right?
Yeah.
It's just after he went into exile.
I mean, how are you gonna make a movie? I know he
went in exile.
He went. I get that. So, and did what? Nothing. Dropped off Luke on the uncles and just sat there with the same people jerking him off. What really happened?
We'll see what happens.
Because you got no idea.
See what I mean? He looks kind of like Benicio del Toro.
Oh yeah, in that picture, weird.
He looks kind of like Benicio del Toro, but that's not who it is.
Ever.
Yeah, no, they said that he got a new guy. I think you kind of almost have to. I think what they could have done too. You ever see the side by side comparisons of the guy that plays the Winter Soldier and Mark Hamill when he was young?
Yeah, they look pretty similar.
Yeah, they look very similar. Like if you do their hair right and like a little bit of the makeup, like he could play like a young Luke, or like after the Return of the Jedi, like they could have done something else instead of jumping that far forward. I mean, I get why they did to start something new.
Enric.
Yeah, never heard of that guy.
Yeah.
They give him any film credits besides this?
What's his movie lineup? Does he get a rap sheet?
He's really got not a lot of them. I mean, he's doing the Solo movie. He did Hail Caesar, Beautiful Creatures.
Right. Hail Caesar was pretty funny.
Rules Don't Apply, Tetro.
So a bunch of shit nobody's ever seen.
It looks like it's a bunch of indie movies and like maybe 1 or 2 foreign films. I can't quite tell, but everything is like within the last 8 years.
So it's relatively new then. Good.
I have heard of Hail Caesar, so
yeah, that's the only one I've heard of.
But Solo is his newest. That's him.
They had a bunch of new people for Rogue One, or fairly new actors and actresses, I think.
Did you like Rogue One?
I did. Second favorite movie.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was really good.
Hands down.
Second favorite movie, like ever.
Well,
really? Wow.
Star Wars lineage.
I was gonna say, is that just Star Wars lineage?
Movies.
Ever is a long time.
We're here for Star Wars.
I was gonna say I can think of at least 5 other movies that were better than that.
I'll give you that.
Grandma's Boy, come on. I will watch that movie over and over and over again.
The nerdy Star Wars comedy there.
I fucking can't. You remember a couple of years ago, there was a kid that was dying. It had the guy from like the Balls of Fury in it. So this kid was dying of whatever. So they wanted him to see Star Wars. It was after the prequels came out, but they wanted him to see the prequels before it aired. So they like drove cross country. There was all these shenanigans. Didn't they kidnap William Shatner?
What is this?
I don't know.
This is a movie?
This movie in a while.
Yeah, this was. Oh my god, it was like a comedy. Fanboy.
Fanboy.
It is, right?
Is that what it is?
Fanboy.
It is Fanboy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll figure it out.
Fanboy.
Fanboy, a male fan.
No, it's not.
I could have told you that.
Movies or science fiction.
Shut up,
Shush.
Google.
Nobody asked you anymore.
That's like,
fanboys. So yeah, Star Wars fanatics take a cross country trip to George Lucas's ranch. So their dying friend can see the Phantom Menace before it released. I thought there was something in that William Shatner is in it.
But
yeah,
we were talking about that last night.
Yeah, it's a funny fucking movie.
Sounds like Seth Rogen or
I think he helped produce it. He is in it, right?
Yeah.
And even like the guy
James
from
Franco type of thing.
Balls of Fury's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Huntington, Jay Marshalla, I don't know. But it was funny. A friend of mine almost came up with a movie that had to do with like Family Guy and like four friends, and it was after Seth MacFarlane canceled Family Guy the first time. Like same shenanigan type trip going over to basically the same premise. They obviously made theirs because they make movies. We did not. But
so you saw the Solo trailer. Did you see the Venom trailer yet? Like the full Venom trailer?
Yeah,
the extended one.
That one I watched.
They didn't show anything that.
No, they're not going to show Venom yet.
No, not even just Venom, but they don't really show much storyline.
That's good. I don't.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch a 2.5 minute trailer with
you're
almost
like that
nothing.
with trailers then too, huh?
What?
I don't want to see the movie.
No, but
and then go.
You don't want enough to
because then you're also looking out like, oh, when's that part gonna happen? When's that part gonna happen? I like it better.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you know that trailers are that long and
I'm on a new obsession
that much
with movie trailers going into the whole trailer Easter eggs. Have you ever gone into this rabbit hole?
No.
Okay, so like I just did it with the Solo trailer. So you go on YouTube and search Solo trailer Easter eggs, and it'll break it down. And there's like let's say there's like 10 Easter eggs in the trailer that fucking fanboys pick out of these trailers somehow. They slow it down frame by frame, and they'll find little like artwork in the background. And they'll be like, this is, indicating of this part of the story coming up, or this is like a future, like a prediction picture of Princess Leia or something like in the background. Like that's why I said it's a rabbit hole, bro.
So you're spoiling it for yourself.
No, you're not spoiling it, but
because it's stuff that you're never gonna find
notice
unless you do it like this way. Like when Force Awakens was first coming out, him and Zack Snyder were going back and forth on shit. Mm-hmm. In the Millennium Falcon, there is a Batmobile from Christopher Nolan's Batman.
What?
On the it's all like camouflaged in from colors, but it's there.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking weird. But
it's
only
why put that in Star Wars?
Because they were just
they make these connections. Yeah.
Like it's that had to do with just like the directors or whatever fucking around.
But like I like to watch the things about the story indicators. Like there are people who pull these crazy fan theories out. Like after I watched I let it simmer for a couple of days, and then I went into a rabbit hole of theories of.
That's funny that you let it sit there.
I did. I wanted to let it process a little bit, and then I was just so confused about the whole Snoke thing. Like
you're still
who
unsure
fuck is
about
this
that?
dude, right? Like so I started in on the
did
theories.
You tell him about my
whole
idea.
Well, you have a fan theory on Snoke?
I came across it on YouTube, obviously, but it makes a lot of sense.
I wonder if it's the same one that I.
It's Jar Jar Binks.
No,
it is not.
Stop that.
Although, have you seen that through the whole prequels of the Jar Jar Binks? Like I know you saw the video.
I told you to watch that video.
Is it the same video where it shows that he's a Darth
troll,
Lord?
Man. It's just a troll.
Yeah,
he's not
there's
really
multiple videos
no
though,
way.
so there's a lot of evidence that he's some sort of like Sith Lord. I don't think he's Snoke though, but the one that I saw was the one.
So ridiculous.
I know, right? I
But
really
it'd be
don't
so
believe
cool
it.
though, right?
Wouldn't it be?
Wouldn't you
Really.
feel better about the character if you're like, man, he played me? No, like
Okay, so we're talking about useless characters. What'd you guys think of the Porgs?
I think
like
there
the
was
fact
Disney's
that Chewie was
version.
eating them.
Yeah, dude, that shit was hilarious. I think it was just Disney's ploy to put in a character that would sell to kids. They're easily
exactly
stuffed
what it
and
was, yeah.
Put out for kids. Kids are gonna be
I
like,
thought they were funny.
porks.
I
They were
find
cool.
humor in stupid things.
They look
like that.
delicious.
That's probably the only thing they could eat besides teat milk from some
Plant.
cow thing.
Some plant
Yeah,
milk.
So, what was your theory or the theory that you saw on YouTube?
So Snook's not dead, dude. Like the rule of two that I was talking to you about last weekend. The Sith Lord rule of two.
There's always two.
There's always two.
two Sith Lord
There's
in
a
power
master and an apprentice.
at any time.
And Kylo Ren wasn't considered an apprentice.
No, he was definitely an apprentice.
He was an
Right.
apprentice.
So if he's the so if Snoke was the
He
master,
answered to Snook as Lord.
so is
Yeah.
now he right? But wouldn't that make Kylo Ren the master now? And you got to find a new
No,
apprentice.
Because there's only one, if you think about it, and he's really not even a Sith.
He's not. He's more
Think
of a
about
Jedi.
it. Think about it. When he was telling Rey to join him,
That was his
and
apprenticeship.
like both of these, like the light and the dark, is stupid.
Mhm.
We'll just start over, let it go, forget about it. He's not Sith. He doesn't believe in the Sith ways. He doesn't believe in the Jedi ways.
That was evident by what went down.
Yeah.
In that room. I mean,
Yeah.
Spoiler alerts if you
Oh,
haven't
well,
seen this shit yet.
we've already done this. We've already done this spoiler
If you're not
alert.
a Star Wars fan, you haven't seen it by now, then screw you.
Go fuck
We'll put a
yourself.
spoiler alert maybe in the description. If you're watching this live now, then, well, sucks to be you. But yeah, so the one I saw was the one where he's, what is it? Darth, not
Bane.
Darth Sidious, Darth, I have to look it up now, but he basically is just an energy that bounces from Lord
Plagueis.
to Lord, like
Plagueis,
Plagueis.
yes.
He's Darth Plagueis, and he was in.
Well-
That's what brought back Darth Sidious, which Snoke is really.
getting
I
good.
think it ended with Plagueis taking over Vader's body before his body was completely
No,
destroyed.
You're
so that's
misconstruing it.
is that what like I know Plagueis
I know,
was the
I watched the
spirit.
same one.
You did? Okay.
They
You guys
Explain
watched
this
it
a little
together?
more.
when,
Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
when he was talking to Anakin about the story of Plagueis, Darth
Yeah.
Plagueis, and he was telling him how his apprentice killed his master in his sleep. I think, and they talked about this in the video, is that Palpatine gained those powers from Plagueis to jump from body to body and to find the ultimate like body to stay in.
Oh, that
You
makes
get what I'm saying now?
I do. That makes more sense than the Vader theory, but so he's gonna find
Because
something
Vader
else.
wasn't the ultimate body.
No.
It was before
Yes.
he got destroyed by Kenobi
Yeah.
because of the high ground. But
I got the high ground.
that was probably the only good point in any of the episodes.
I thought it was an interesting theory. I think it was probably the most concise,
There's so many theories
There
flying
is,
around on the internet.
but a lot of them
So
are
many.
trash. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be able to delineate between them. But that one, I was able to watch the entire theory from beginning to end and go, okay, that's a little far fetched. But for most of it, it kind of ties up most of the loose ends in like where Snoke comes from.
There's so many loose ends now too.
Right.
So many.
So I'm interested to see where the next one goes.
But not even that. Like, I'm more curious of what happens afterwards, right? Because I think I
What
I was
after
explaining.
Snoke
Yeah.
died?
Well, no, after episode 9. Like I think I already talked to you about my theory of what happens next is.
Oh,
and
so
I
we're
talked
going,
to
Where
you
we're
Plagueis-
going in the future now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we're
right,
talking
'cause-
where Plagueis went.
Right. If he was Snoke, Snoke's dead. Where did he get transferred to? right? If he's taking bodies, like where does it keep going?
Kylo.
All right, so
Could be
Kylo.
Rey.
So Kylo.
Or I don't think it's Ray.
Ray's got to be the light.
What was
like I said. So the theory of we talked about Ray's parents. That was part of it. Everybody was like, "Oh, his parents are really somebody," and she's like, she finds out that they're nobodies. Now,
I still think they're somebody.
I don't think so, man. And
I don't think so either.
I
think he was lying. I think it was a blunt lie.
Here is my theory.
There's a couple
back it up.
references.
And even like what Luke was saying on the island is that the Force is not just for the Jedis and the Sith. Everybody has it. Everybody's a part of it. They just don't know how to tap into it. And that's where Rey comes in, because she's a nobody and she can use it. She is going to show the young kids or the next generation of nobodies, of like all those slave kids.
Right, that supports your theory.
She's going to show the next wave how to tap into that. I don't think her parents are anybody special.
You guys saw the end, right, with the kid?
Yeah,
the broom?
with the broom. It was real quick, but...
Well, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it makes sense. I like that theory a lot. It does... It gives the story a little more light and tastefulness to it, but... I don't know, man.
I still think...
she's got to be a somebody.
Leia's going to kill...
It's a Star Wars movie. She has to be a somebody.
Why does she have to be anybody? The people that got the plans for the Death Star, they were nobodies.
Yeah.
Like and they were heroes. Like I don't think that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So you think that's where Disney's going now?
Somebody special. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that you don't have to be like special. You just have to be
that everybody's special.
Well, I mean, even
not
if
one person.
No, because if everybody's special, then nobody's special.
Even when George Lucas was doing the Phantom Menace and back then, I mean, Anakin Skywalker is pretty much a nobody.
Yeah.
It goes back further than that. So I mean, it's nothing new.
I mean, he does come from.
No,
lineage,
it's a biblical thing,
right?
Like
but
no father, just poof. Here I am. Here's my midichlorians.
He was a slave. You know, his mom was dishing out. Get over here, slave woman. He's got many fathers. He just doesn't know which one it is.
See, I think
he's like an episode of Maury. You are not the father.
I don't know. So
I think Rey's is somebody though. I think she's either a Palpatine or a Jinn.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, see, okay. So
I mean,
where does that
listen to this?
Where does that lineage come from?
Yeah,
like, where's the connection?
So, Kylo Ren's a Skywalker, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And he went to the dark side.
Yes.
Okay, hear me out.
Briefly.
Rey,
He's still on the dark side.
Jedi, or assumed to be Jedi. She's really not quite a Jedi.
Not yet.
Probably won't be a Jedi because
Probably
those
Because
ways are
Jedis
gone.
are done.
Yeah.
Luke got blasted up.
She came from the Sith. She came from a Sith.
Hmm?
Easily.
So they're gonna
Think
flip
about
the script.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren will end up being the hero, and
Think about
Rey
it.
will end up being the
No.
villain.
No way.
I don't know. That's an interesting twist.
It is an interesting twist, but I just don't see it happening. Not
I
with
think the
Disney.
Porgs are the master Jedis.
That
was
went
the
too far with
introduction.
Jar Jar. Too far.
Too far. We're just gonna forget that didn't happen.
I still think that Leia is going to be the one that kills Kylo Ren too. I don't
Do
think.
you really think he's gonna die too?
Yes.
Kylo
Yes,
Ren,
you
almost like the Vader concept?
You cannot keep him alive after everything that he caused.
Mm.
You can't just be like, "Oh shit, you're good now." Oh, that's all right. All right. Me and
He
you cool.
killed
What's up,
Harrison
dude?
Ford.
Get the fuck
Worst
out of
thing
here,
he
bro.
did was kill Harrison Ford. I mean, that's
He
pretty bad.
he killed a bunch of the students, and he took a bunch with him when he left Luke's. Like,
yeah.
you can't just
Luke
let
tried
him.
killing him though.
You know what
He
happened?
did try to kill him because he knew the darkness that was there, and he was afraid.
The one thing I wasn't
Is that your Star
sure.
Wars voice?
The one thing about that movie I wasn't sure that I liked. It was a little bit of a, I don't know, like the whole Leia space scene. Where she
a lot of
blasts
my
out of the
buddies
bridge.
didn't like that one
I was
either.
like, because there's really no indication that she has that kind of power with the Force, like
is-
ever.
Yeah, well, that's
She-
not
no,
true.
it shows it-
That's
She
not true.
talked to,
In the
like,
Well, no, okay, they
her and
show
Luke talk to each other. when
right.
he's-
They show the connection of being siblings. They show the connection that she can use the Force. But throughout every movie up until, as far as I can remember, up until that point, she never really displayed any real power in using the Force. She never used it in battle. She never used it. She mostly used it to stay connected with Luke and I believe with helping in the plans to get the plans. But they never like indicated that she was strong enough to basically put a field around herself in space and pull herself back, you know, to safety. Like I was kind of like,
A lot of people didn't like that scene.
yeah. See, I'm still kind of on the fence with it because I mean I like the addition of the fact that she has mastered that part of it, but it just seems so.
I think that was just like fight or flight moment.
Yeah.
That was
Instincts
she
take
didn't
over.
master anything.
It was more
It
of
was
a survival
like,
thing, and she
survival
probably couldn't do it again.
Yeah, but at the same
makes
time,
sense.
they said in the source in the books that she's stronger than Luke. And then
The
her,
books are
her gene
canon.
line.
I haven't
Yeah.
read any of the books, so I can't speak.
Well,
to
they
that,
they
so.
come from one of like the best Jedi / Sith ever known to man. Like one of the most powerful,
like
highest
originals.
midichlorian count. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
I would like to see if Disney, like you're saying, what they do after movie 9. Do you got to start all over as far as like new characters?
What are they gonna do?
now?
Well, it's been the same thing. Anakin, the Phantom Menace was the same thing as A New Hope, and then so on and so forth.
I think what they
it's a repeating story.
because Disney didn't have anything to do with the
prequels.
prequels, right?
No,
So-
that's Lucas on that.
Right. So here's where they go. They do 9. They do a couple origin stories, and then they
Yeah.
bring it back to the prequels and reboot them.
What, they go before Phantom Menace?
No, they go back, pretty much redo it.
No, you can't do that.
No, they won't do that.
But they can
won't
do it
redo
from a
anything.
different angles, like a different story angle. You don't think they'll go back and maybe rework that?
No, I think. See, what I think
People
what
reject
made
those prequels.
Wasted energy. That's what I think.
I
so
think-
is those prequels.
No, that was George Lucas really trying.
Was it really? Like
Or he tried too hard. I'll give him.
Yeah.
I'll give him. He tried too hard.
Okay.
With those.
try to bring it to new age. I mean, it's funny how the lightsaber battles were in the original trilogy, how they went in the prequels to how they are now. It's very like rough around the edges. Like we don't know what the fuck we're actually doing. Where the actual Jedi were like gymnasts with sticks that could flip around and shit. I think what makes like Rogue One and what will make the origin stories so good is that they'll have characters that aren't known. You know what I mean? Like that. Like I think that's
where
what
they branch it off.
yeah,
those
you
characters?
start doing new stories, new people, new characters, because I think they're better off because you're not gonna have the fan backlash then about, oh my god, you see what they fucking did to Luke Skywalker? They made him such a puss or whatever else like that. I mean, that's how I felt about Darth Vader, seeing him throughout the original trilogy and then watching him grow up like a fucking crybaby.
He was a little bit of a sissy.
At least in the animated series Clone Wars, I like Anakin then. I think that's how they should have played him throughout.
He was a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, Padawan, too.
I guess that's kind of what I was getting at, is like not rebooting the actual prequels, but just kind of starting the story in a similar fashion with that
Just a
the
new
slave
story.
boy at the end of the, like, I think that is a character that they're going to expand on. That kid had way more significance than I think people kind of gave it initial credit to.
I can see that.
I mean, I think that was a pretty like telling scene. That quick 20 seconds or 30 seconds of that kid, you know, just the broom and then looking off into the stars.
It did happen very quick, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, and it took a second for me to like, okay, did that just happen? Like he did just do that, and I asked him afterwards. I'm like, you saw that, right? Because you could have missed it if you were not paying attention or sneezed. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
This theory is brought to you by Bickerbots.
Yes, it is. Is this the episode where we're doing this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, if anything, we'll do
Does
that
this
tomorrow.
count along the way?
I'm
Because
gonna
I did
throw it
share.
in there for one.
I think the picture of their sticker counts as a shout out too. So
I would hope so. I made a bet over for the Super Bowl that obviously did not go my way.
yeah, I did not.
I put.
So,
He
I had
apparently
squares
spoke
and-
for the both of us too.
Wow.
So
well, because we're a team effort.
yeah, we are a
It's
team effort, but
Oh, you
we didn't even discuss this like pre-show.
He caught me off guard. And then he fucking Marty McFly'd me. Because he's like, can you give me 10 points? I'm like, 10, dude. I don't even, the line's only at 4.5. Like, I don't know about 10. He's like, well, it sounds like you're not that confident. All right, well, what are you trying to say? I'm chicken. I'm not chicken. I'm not afraid of anything.
I wasn't that confident.
Yeah, I'll take 10 points.
I was sweating through the back end of that game, but I don't want to get into that right now.
It was a high-scoring game.
It's painful. It was high scoring because there was no fucking defense.
Nah.
No defense being played.
On either side, too,
What did they have? 1,200 yards total on the entire game.
Yeah,
game.
Brady threw for like 5 something.
We can't win them all, guys. I know
we can't.
I know we're New England.
I don't care.
I don't
we
think
got five out of 8.
I know people keep saying
You know
that
what I mean? Like,
Malcolm
I'll take
Butler
that.
was the difference in that game, but he was not the difference in that game.
I'm not saying that he was the
no, I know,
difference,
but I keep hearing that
not
all over the
one
place. Like
person.
Malcolm Butler playing 3 plays could have changed that game. No, he couldn't have. He could not have changed that game. That defense was a sieve.
He's a better player than Rowe.
He is a better player than Rowe, but they would have had to have both of them on the field still.
That's where Gilmore came.
Malcolm would not have matched up well against either
Aguilar.
Jeffries or Aguilar. I mean, he probably would have been on Aguilar in the slot, but
Well, but Jeffries got shut down by Gilmore.
He did, and Gilmore would have stayed on him, and Rowe would have still had to have that other outside. I mean, they would have put Malcolm in the slot. They would have. That's the best place that he would have been able to cover, and I don't think he would have been able to make enough plays to change that game. They were scoring at will. It was not going to change that game. I mean, I'd say 5 minutes left in the first half. And someone who will hold out to the very last second of a game, any game, because it can change at any moment. I was like, this fucking game's over. Like, we're not even out of the first half, and I was like, yeah, this game's over. They are playing way too good right now.
What else do they have slated for origin stories? They have.
I know there was a Yoda one in the works, but they haven't.
There's definitely.
I don't think that. Well, I don't think that they've actually green-lighted the whole
Jedi
thing.
Master ever known.
Right, but see,
They have to.
I don't know if they want to do it that way.
They
'cause
have to.
I think people were a little turned off by the completely
It's
CGI
what the
younger
fans want, and the
Yoda.
fans
Well,
want
yeah, but then
Yoda.
you just gave them back the one that they had in Last Jedi. I mean, which brought back. I didn't mind the CGI Yoda. He's a younger guy. To do that, like I didn't mind the
was the
lightsaber
best
battles that
Yoda.
they had.
The younger Yoda?
The one in like the episodes, the prequels.
Yeah. No, I didn't think that was that great of a Yoda. No. I know, you're completely
You're not a
offended
Yoda
by
guy
this.
then.
I am a Yoda guy, and I
Well,
like
clearly not.
I like the
Fucking
old
Yoda.
I like the old like puppet
But that's,
Yoda.
yeah, but that's like nostalgia. He didn't have to do much for action scenes.
Right.
He was
needs
like
to be
500
CGI
years old, and he was
know.
still
at the
Still,
prequels.
I
he
know.
was still tearing it up.
I
dude.
know. I know. I'm a Yoda guy. I don't want them to mess it up.
Doesn't sound like it.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you really can't mess that story up. The Yoda thing, I think they can go in a bad direction.
Man, I like Kenobi. Man, I don't care what you guys say.
I like Kenobi
I
too.
like Kenobi. I just don't get what the movie is going to be about.
It's-
Like he was on the planet. That's it. You know what I mean?
Well, no,
Like,
I think there
that's
was-
it. He went from
That's why I like
whatever
these
that-
origin
that
stories
fucking
and like
last
these,
shit
these Star Wars stories.
took Luke,
Because you don't know what's going to
went
happen.
to the planet.
You didn't know.
dropped
I mean,
him
you
off.
knew what was going to happen in Rogue One, but
Well, no.
didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
when
you
he
pretty
left
much
the
knew-
Jedi,
well, all right.
They all died.
there was
I didn't
a
know that was
journey
gonna
in
happen.
between there. Like there is stuff that happened. He didn't just go straight into like exile. He
Yeah, at the end of the prequels, the last movie, he took
Right,
Luke
right.
and went to the uncles and stayed on that planet.
right,
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
It wasn't complete exile.
Right.
He was obviously watching over a Skywalker.
Luke, yeah.
I think
Very
there's a little bit
important.
more
Well,
of a
they're gonna.
story base. There's not going to be a ton of action in that movie.
So okay, here's a
gonna
good
have to learn
question.
seeing people talk.
When they're
that opinion brought to you by Bickerbots.
when the what is it?
Can you?
When they're in the Dagobah
Grab what?
system, right?
Whatever one.
You want that?
No,
one?
I don't want to take his last one. He said he wanted to
Oh,
say
I'm definitely
one.
gonna drink
All right,
that
I'll
one
grab
now. This is too delicious. Sorry, guys. I should have
No,
grabbed
yeah.
more. I should have grabbed. You should have
Where did
the
you?
box, dude.
You can only get them up there right now,
Yeah,
right?
they don't
God damn
distribute.
it.
At all?
I'm
Nope,
sure.
they
I'm sure
don't
they
distribute.
will. They just.
They'll.
They just
Dude,
started, right?
They just started
Yeah.
last November.
What's what I found out about?
Started brewing last November.
They opened.
They
Yeah.
opened last
Yes.
this past November.
Yeah.
So they've only been open like
2017.
4 or 5 months. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I don't know.
That
All
place
right.
is lit too. Man. Wow, I sound like a
What's
millennial.
like? It's like
A millennial?
you are one.
You are a millennial, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you
I
are.
try not to be.
I
I
try
don't
not
want
to
to be
be.
categorized as a millennial.
I know isn't it
Generation
painful?
X over here.
I'm not
It's
Generation
very
X.
painful.
Where-
I like
where-
just get
we're-
cut off too.
we're
It's
Zennials.
The worst.
Joe and I are Zennials.
No, you guys
What
are
year
X.
were you born?
No.
No. Technically, we're millennials, but we're a different breed.
Well, no, they've officially
What do you
categorized
guys get, like
Zennials.
5 years
Yeah.
on me?
Yeah, I'm 36.
What year were you born?
88.
Yeah, so you're,
Yeah,
definitely,
definitely.
a millennial.
The cutoff is 83. 77 to 83
stupid,
was
man.
was
7
Zennials.
years. Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's because we were born with the.
I had
with
Janko
internet.
jeans and Paco pants and shit.
It's not
Makes no
that.
sense.
It's we were born. we were born with the internet, basically.
I've brought this up before, and I don't know if you've listened to other episodes.
Dude,
but
I didn't have internet until I was like 6, 7, 8
Right,
in my
but-
house.
Internet was at not even just internet, technology, information.
Computers.
Right.
Was at its like adolescent stage when we were adolescents.
Yeah, we saw the birth of an internet service and death of the same internet service.
What, dial-up?
Dial-up, AOL. I know it's funny to most people, but if you think about it, we were the first generation to see online,
Yeah.
the web. Like I can still remember some of the basic website. They were like sixth grade, like a fourth grader could come up with a better design website on like I don't know, whatever those websites, Squarespace or something back then. And the dial-up, taking 10 minutes to connect to the internet. All communication was through chat rooms and IM. Like that was the beginning
AOL Instant Messenger.
Right. And that was the original internet service, and it is officially dead. Like it doesn't even offer email service anymore. It is a news service now. AOL does not even they don't offer DSL, they don't offer dial-up, they don't offer email, they don't offer nothing, I don't think anymore.
Good.
I think they just a news reporting service like Yahoo News. Like it's kind of
AOL.
that's all they do.
Is it dead like Ask Jeeves?
Kind of. Wow, why you got to bring in the Ash Jeeves?
What do you
The original series.
What do you have for theories of what's going to happen next?
What do you mean?
Star
Like
Wars?
the next movie. Like out of everything that you've watched, like how much more role does
I think we'll see more from Finn.
Does he try to marry Rey?
Who, Finn?
Well, no. See, I think they got a thing going.
They definitely have a fucking...
There's a thing
Come on.
going there. I think Kylo is still gonna pursue.
It's a love triangle, dude. It's an absolute love triangle.
No. It's Finn and Rey in a love relationship, and then Kylo being a third wheel trying to get in on.
It's a
that
love
shit.
triangle. That's what a love triangle is.
No, I'm pretty sure that he's the only one who shares any of those feelings about
no?
her.
Because I think Ray had feelings for him or has
think so?
feelings for him.
Finn?
Yeah. No,
for
Kylo.
Well, dude,
So
they
maybe
were
it is a
like
love
they
triangle.
like instantly transmitted each other, like instantly connected,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
something Finn could never get.
and like yeah, they touched each other
Yeah.
Whoa.
in like complete opposite parts of the galaxy. I don't know.
That's high
I
expectations
don't like
to live
I
up
don't
to.
like to predict the future in like any kind of movie. I mean, unless you know the story arc. I mean,
Right.
I guess I kind of do know the story arc, but it's so different in a movie.
It is weird because we don't know where this is going. Period. Like this is the first time in our Star
We
Wars
were talking
history.
about that last weekend with comic book movies. It's so
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
comic book movies.
You can't. I mean, even if you watch like their full trailers that they do, like the super extended trailers, where you pretty much see the whole movie.
Yeah.
You can't really predict a comic book movie
No.
and how. I mean, you know what's gonna happen, but like how they do it,
Right.
how they go through.
I think the storylines are a little more defined in a comic book movie. Like especially with the Avengers, the Civil War, like that story
Maybe they
has been
ruined
laid.
Civil War. It's nothing like the comics.
Yeah, it is.
No.
There's a baseline of yeah, there is. There's
No.
a baseline of
there's
story.
a similar plot as,
It's-
as
yeah.
far as they want to get
It's
registered.
close, but it's no
But-
cigar.
Right.
No, the actual story. I mean,
Well, yeah, they had way more.
yeah, I can't front or get mad at what Marvel did for Civil War. I mean,
No, it's
what,
fantastic.
what else were
One
they
of my
supposed to do?
favorite
Like they
Marvel
they
movies.
can't do anything when they're handcuffed because other people own their rights to stuff. And they
But I'm
won't
talking more
even
along
work with them.
the individual characters. Like Captain America's storyline is pretty much written out through his movies up until Civil War. Like, that follows the comic books
Winter
for the
Soldier
most
was
part.
good.
You know, Winter Soldier, the same
first
thing.
one was
Iron
good,
Man,
yeah.
Spider-Man follows the same storyline up until, you know, this point.
But here's what Marvel's
Star Wars
doing.
is a little different because
They're-
there's nothing beyond where we're at.
They're building up to an end game. You know what an end game is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know what an end game is.
But they're missing so many.
It's usually messy.
They're missing so many characters.
Yeah.
Important characters.
Yeah,
All because
for
of
that.
rights shit.
Yeah, but now they got it
Not
back.
yeah, not now. Not now.
Disney bought
Dude,
Fox 21.
We talked about this 2 weekends ago. Where's Adam Warlock?
Yeah, they're keeping him out. I don't know why. I don't know.
Where's Adam Warlock?
What?
He's part of it. He's part of
He's
the whole
like-
Infinity
he's-
Crisis.
He's a
Yeah.
huge role.
Yeah.
Huge role.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do.
We're finally
I-
gonna find
I
out
think-
who
I
that
think they're
Stanley's
a-
the Watcher.
I think they're afraid that. I think they're.
I like
afraid
that
to
Easter
bring
egg. Did you
stuff
see Guardians of the Galaxy?
too?
The
You see the
volume
Watcher
2?
Easter egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's stuck on
It's a
the
very quick
asteroid
moment.
Yeah, with all the Watchers.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good nod to
It
the
was cool.
theory. Whether
Yeah.
it was true or not, I think it was a good nod to the theory and the effort that fans have put into this. Because if you've ever watched that fan theory, like usually a fan theory video is 6-7 minutes long, maybe 10. That fan theory movie, they go through every Marvel movie and take the clips in which he is, and then they point mark why he's the Watcher because of that
Who?
movie.
Stan Lee?
Yeah. Like that fan
Oh, wow,
theory
that's-
video was like
I'm
a
gonna have to check
40-minute
this out.
video that I watched.
This sounds interesting.
Yeah, it takes every appearance he's ever made in the MCU.
Well, what's the
And
MCU? It's starting at
they-
Iron Man?
Starts at Iron Man.
It starts at Iron Man with the movies, but they branched off into a couple of the shows as well.
I mean, I know that's the legit MCU is starting with Iron Man, but
The
if they
original
go-
Iron Man, yeah.
The Marvel movies go a little further back than that.
Well, they do, yeah.
Yeah, those,
he is
as far
actually.
as those appearances don't count as
I believe-
canon for the MCU.
I believe they show him in the original Howard the Duck movie as well.
I'm gonna have to look into
I think
that.
I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that there's a little blurb in there that's quick about him being in the Howard the Duck movie.
The original one from the 80s?
Yeah, the original
No
one.
way.
Yeah.
What about the
He's in-
original Punisher with Dolph Lundgren?
Oh my god.
That quality movie.
No.
What about the was it Captain America? It's Hasselhoff, isn't it?
That was Captain America?
I'm
Oh, I'm going to Google
pretty
this.
sure-
You keep talking.
Captain America. There was like an 80s movie. I think
It's
it was,
made for
You
TV
talking about
movie?
like the old Avengers movie? You talking about that movie?
I think it was. No, it was just Captain America, but it was like maybe it wasn't Hasselhoff. I
Uh-oh.
want to say it was Hasselhoff.
You taking a hold, Joe?
Probably, but we're gonna wrap this up soon, so I don't know how deep we're gonna get. Dun 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 dun. So yeah, we'll have to get on some PUBG later. When did you say you were gonna get it? Tomorrow?
Probably next
Later?
week sometime.
I'll be on as
Not
soon
the
as I
first,
leave
not
here,
the first
man.
Avenger.
I got to order it. What?
It's like it was in like the 80s.
I know.
or
I'm trying
70s.
to pull it back.
Yeah, you got to go back further.
I'm trying to.
I think
bring
you
it
got to
back.
like even call it out, like 80s Captain America. I mean, they
sure
did-
it was
they-
the 80s?
70s or 80s, yeah. I mean, it was early,
Hasselhoff
kind of
was
like they
alive in
did.
the 70s.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Oh, I can't find anything about it.
Come on, son.
I'm trying here.
Show you
Oh, here we go. 1979. There's a film.
there you go.
It was the
Maybe it wasn't Hasselhoff.
1979 TV movie
Yeah.
starring Reb Brown.
Yeah, whoever that guy is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that was the. Then we had one.
I'm
in
pretty
the
good with older
90s.
movies and older actors, but I don't know who that
Oh
is.
wow, there was one in the 90s. Stanley was a
Oh,
producer
he was
on that
Nick
too.
Fury. That's who.
Who?
That's
Hasselhoff
who
was?
Hasselhoff was. He's Nick Fury.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds appetizing at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Wow. David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury.
Look at that cover art,
Here's some
man.
information about
That's
That's
when movies
gross.
were movies.
Shield, a retired
Oh my god. What? I didn't believe it.
1998. Nick Fury.
Holy shit.
We should put that next to like the Dolph
The
Lundgren
legend-
Punisher cover.
Yo, the legend of
Probably
Hasselhoff
just as
grows.
He's the Hoff, man. He's the Hoff.
Wait for that
Anything else you want to
PUBG.
get out? Get on some PUBG.
Yeah, man. PUBG is like life right now. I don't know about you guys.
Is that all you're playing?
Dude,
You know-
Destiny's dead right now.
I told you that shit was a waste.
I want to go back on. I don't have my. I meant to wear my sweatshirt with the ray gun. You saw that last
Yeah,
night.
I do how you like the
Big zombies guy.
Stormtrooper shirt. We're talking about Star
You're a
Wars.
big
I'm gonna wear
zombie
my-
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
I had to take out Star Wars.
I love that shirt. I would have gotten it.
It's
but
old. It's
It is
beat.
old. It is old, but
Seen better
It's-
days.
it's amazing.
Stormtrooper.
There's another one that I saw recently. It's two stormtroopers standing at a shooting range, and the
Jesus.
targets are like really close, and you can see like the burn marks and everything around the target. Like you can see where the lasers hit everywhere except for the target, and then the one on the right he hit him like right in the upper thigh, and that was it. But there's like tons of them.
Speaking of stormtroopers, that's what we can end on. Phasma still alive, or did she die when she
This
fell?
is good. This is good.
You
I
like that?
This. I like this.
I think she's dead. That's my theory.
I think she's still
For
alive.
the time they put in on the character, I'm gonna go with she's dead. Do I want to answer that way? No.
See, I think you had quickly mentioned when we had our discussion about the movie afterwards, our episode about it, he had kind of glossed over but said maybe that's where Snoke had gone to, because we were talking about the Plagueis, like the him needing a body, and he mentioned like what if he went into Phasma. She's still alive.
No.
No.
Well, then he had to find another body because,
Right.
I mean,
But she's
why?
still alive. I think she's dead. I
She's
think
got like
done.
the super body armor.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say there.
think about it,
She
dude.
just
Have you ever
fell
seen
down.
her?
Think
outside?
about. Hold on. Look at
Oh,
the
you don't-
time.
You don't watch Game of Thrones,
No,
so
but I've Google is a thing.
I
man.
know it's a Google's a thing.
Google is a thing.
Look at the amount of time they put in to Boba Fett character in the movies,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
look at the
same.
time
Yeah.
they put in with Phasma.
You think they do an origin
be
story
dead.
of Boba?
I thought that
Be
was
sick, but I think
Well,
they
did
have
they
way
already?
too much.
No.
Well, I mean, technically, if you go back to the episodes,
Attack of the Clones, bro.
What?
That's what?
Attack of the Clones wasn't an origin story though.
Yeah, kind
It
of.
was
I mean,
focused.
they-
It was focused a lot
That's-
on him,
on
but
Django.
Big factor.
On Django, really.
yeah,
yeah, it was more him.
so
Like
fat.
still, it wasn't like him and like
Not
from
a
the
big,
beginning.
not a big Boba guy.
No, not a
What?
Boba guy. Come on, Slave One. Best ship in Battlefront.
Dude, the way he dies. Come on.
That's so lame. So lame.
That's why I'm not a fan.
For such a badass character to die,
Exactly.
He went
to
out. He went
die
out like a bitch.
without being touched, and he
Gets
just falls
sucked into
off.
a giant vagina
yeah.
in the sand.
With that, we'll end it there. It was a fun time. We'll do it again. Like I
Thank
said,
you guys for
we're
having
trying
me.
to do these live ones.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
at
we're-
least twice
we're
a
working
month.
it out.
So
I enjoyed this a lot.
Now we're gonna get into some PUBG and embarrass ourselves.
fuck yeah, want to record some shit, do some silly audio afterwards. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Join us again.
Peace.
Good morning.
See you in a couple weeks.
Dun, 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 dun.